Welcome to Inside Today's Country, the show that gets the real stories from today's country stars. Stories you haven't heard anywhere else. Your host is Tim Black. Tim has been on the radio interviewing the biggest stars in the business and discovering new talent for more than 20 years. And now in his very own podcast. Are you ready? Let's go inside today's country.
Somehow someone wrote my feelings down. Somehow someone knew how to sing them out loud. Isn't it amazing how somebody knew how I'd feel for you? Somehow someone knew that I'd find you.
Here we go with another edition of Inside Today's Country, and inside her car on her lunch break is Jade Turner. I always love when we get people who are chatting from us from all different places. I've had people chat to me on a boat and, in a train and in a car. And so, there's nothing wrong with just kind of sitting there and sometimes you get really good acoustics in your car.
Yeah.
You ever-
I was going to do it from inside, and then I was like, no, it's going to be too loud.
Yeah, well, there you go. Now, I love what you do as you're a singer, but you're also a millwright.
I sure am. Yeah, I've been doing this for 12 years or almost 13 years now. And I absolutely love it. It's something that I never thought I would be doing.
Mm-hmm. How did you
kind of fell into it.
Yeah, I was like, say, how did you get into that?
I was actually in nursing school for a bit, and I realized pretty quickly that I didn't really like it and it wasn't for me. And I was like, oh, geez, what am I going to do? So I left school. I finished that semester up and left school. And then I went back home for a bit, and I was just kind of applying to different couple different things. And then this job fell on me, I guess. And I thought, okay, I'll do this for, a year or two until I figure out what I want to do in school. And I'm still here.
Nice. Now, for those who don't know what a millwright is, what does a millwright do?
We do a little bit of everything. So a millwright is basically a industrial mechanic. So for most of my career, I worked in generating stations, and I would work on, pumps and just doing different maintenances and stuff like that. And then I just started my new position here in November, and I'm working in a machine shop. So I'm learning how to machine right now, and it's great.
Excellent. I think that's awesome. Congratulations for doing what you're doing and getting a new position during a pandemic. Well done.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, let's talk a little bit about music now. So when did you get into music?
Honestly, it's always been a part of me. I started writing like really, really young. I used to get bullied a lot, and I used to move. Me and my mom would move all over the place. Like, I've lived in really rural communities in northern Manitoba. My mom was a nurse. So we traveled a lot, and, music was always the thing that was consistent, I guess, in my life. And I always was able to have that. And I know like the first song that my mom said that I sang was Rocking Chairs, Rocking Babies by Dolly Parton. So it's always been there, and I was pretty young when that song came out. So, and then when I used to get bullied, there was this one place in particular that the bullying became really, really bad. So I didn't go to school, and I ended up skipping school. And I think I don't even know what grade I was in, grade 3, maybe. I was very young. And it was middle of winter, and I remember I had a watch just to make sure that I was home on time and I didn't get caught. And I instead of getting on the bus, I would run into the bush and I would sit in there and I would just sing to myself all day. And I remember writing a bunch of songs there. And yeah, that's pretty much where it started. Like it's like I said, it's always been a part of my life. And it's funny when people always say, well, why did you choose to write country? It's like, it's not a choice.
It just kind of happened.
Yeah, that's just what the creator wanted me to sing.
That's awesome. So now where do you draw some of your inspiration from your songs from?
I'm such a backwards songwriter. Most people, they start their song with the guitar, and I don't play any instruments. Like I'd mentioned before, I grew up on northern reservation communities, and we didn't have that kind of stuff there, or even anybody to show me how to play a guitar or any instrument for that matter. So I write by off by humming something, like humming the melody, and then the lyrics just come. And then, so with this song, that my latest song called Somehow Someone, I was sitting on my couch completely exhausted because my baby, I think, was 6 months at the time. So I was really, really tired, and I was just like, man, I really miss singing. And I was like, I wish I could just write a song again. I haven't written so long. I just wish I could just write a song. Mm-hmm. And then like 5 minutes later, I just started writing this song. So it was like, it just came out of nowhere. I guess I asked the universe for it, and it just fell into me. And then I took it. Like what I do is I take my songs and I to my producer, who's Murray Palver, and I just go there and I sing him my songs, and we figure out, what's going to go with it. And he's such a brilliant guy that it just works. It's so easy with him. Mm-hmm. So I'm really thankful to have him by my side.
So the universe dropped this song in your lap. Tell me a little bit about the song.
I was like, this song is about basically that there's always a song for something. Like no matter what you're going through, no matter what's going on, if you want to be happy, if you want to be sad, there's always a song out there that speaks to you. And I think of it like the creator giving you a chance through the song. You know what I mean? Like just him reminding you that he's there for you. Mm-hmm. But he does that through music. And I love music. Like I said, music is healing and it's incredible. And I just wanted to write about that. So that's basically what the song is about.
Excellent. Now, have you had an opportunity to perform with any other artists here in Canada? And who are those people that you look up to?
I haven't been performing lately. Like, I've been doing online stuff, obviously. But when I actually started going and pursuing this music dream, mm-hmm. It was not long after that I got pregnant. I went to 2 CCMAs with my friend Desiree Dorian, and we went there, and I played a couple of showcases there, and then things started taking off, and I was about to release my album 2 years ago. I want to say 3 years ago now, and I got pregnant, and I got put on basically bed rest for quite a while.
Wow.
It was, the pregnancy was really hard on my body. So I didn't do very much after that. And then I had my baby, and then the pandemic hit. So it's just like, man, I just want to get these songs out here already, Yeah. And then thankfully, with this song was not supposed to be on the album that's coming out in the fall. But I was able to write it and get it all done. So it's going to be a part of that album as well. So I'm really looking forward to, getting out there and making sure hopefully everybody gets their vaccine soon so we can get back to life.
Wouldn't that be nice, right? I mean, we're getting close to it. We're already starting to see, I think I saw a picture today, Garth Brooks had put up the fact that he actually got to see his tour locker for the first time in 18 months. So, I mean, we're getting there, right? More and more.
Yeah. It's going to be great. Like, I was supposed to play Dauphin Fest 2 years in a row.
Oh, no.
Well, I guess it would have been 3 years now because it didn't happen this year either.
I know, right?
And I've been dreaming about that. I used to play in their talent show.
Did you?
I did actually. Way back then, I didn't think that music could be a real career. I was always told by my parents, make sure you have something else to rely on while you do music. On the side kind of thing. And I was never told to just pursue it 100%. And it's unfortunate because people that I was singing with back then, some of them are really huge country Canadian stars right now. Jess Moskaluk, for example, she was there the first time I sang at Dauphin Fest. She played there as well. She won that year. And I really miss that. I really miss Dauphin Fest and being able to sing in talent shows or just sing in public.
It'll happen. It'll happen soon, Jade. It really will.
Yeah, it will. I see the light at the end.
We have Listen Day coming up here on the 30th, the Wednesday. We're talking about and listening to people, the Indigenous people of Canada. What's going through your mind with everything that's going on right now? This
past week, I've been trying to stay off social media. When the news came out about the 215 babies that were found in Kamloops, it really hit me hard, and I kind of went down the rabbit hole that week. So like right now I'm really just trying to stay in a positive mind space. But you know, it's really difficult because I have a lot of family that went to residential schools, and you know, some of them won't tell me their story. They just can't bring it. They can't bring themselves to even speak about it. So it's really hard. And it's also, you know, a little bit like, I know some people in the Indigenous community are really angry at the fact that like we've been telling these stories for a while, and it took you know, actual hard evidence for people to believe us. And when the evidence was already there, people by, you know, our Indigenous grandmas and grandpas, they were telling us and telling us that these things happen, and you know, the Truth and Reconciliation Act, and there's just so many things, and that, you know, like we've been saying that this is going on, and it's finally out, and I'm really glad that everybody's finally taking the chance to listen. You know, it's about time, but at the same time, it's like, why didn't you listen to us before? Like, I don't, you know. But I'm very glad that we're at this spot, and I could see Canada in itself starting to grow, because it's all about growth, right? Everybody has to grow, and including our country. It's going to be a while yet to get past this, to be honest. Like this is still ongoing. There's still, you know, I spoke about this before, but you know, even when I was having my son, I had anxiety going into the hospital because I know there's people there that could flag you for saying something wrong just just because you have the, you know, the dark skin, or you don't look a certain way, and it's still going on. So I think the next step for us is to realize that, you know, everybody has work to do in themselves and, you know, in their communities. Start with your own community, and hopefully, you know, everybody does that. And once everybody starts working in their own communities with you know, the people, the Indigenous communities, I think everything will grow organically.
Talking to elders and hearing the stories in the past it still amazes me. And I think that's something that the rest of us really need to learn how to hold on to. Yeah,
for sure. Like I'm a sun dancer. And you know, that's a huge thing. Like I didn't grow up knowing my culture. I knew of some of it, you know, I knew of the 7 teachings and, you know, stuff like that. I learned a couple of Cree words along the way. But like my dad and my grandma never taught me Cree, because it was just, they just wanted us to learn English at that time. Like they regret it now, obviously, but back then they just wanted, it was kind of a protection thing, I think. But now we're getting back into ceremonies, and like my son is going to be the first in a very long time to grow up in ceremony and grow up knowing his culture and everything like that. So like he had his coming out ceremony. Like we have ceremonies for everything, and I myself am still learning. So you know, giving us a chance to relearn everything too from our elders is a huge thing. You know, the Sundance is not far. There's actually probably about 5 different Sundances that are around Brandon.
Really?
So yeah, that's where the first time I went to a Sundance was actually right outside of Carberry.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. And so, and then we drive into Brandon to get our supplies or whatever every couple days. And you know, like there's the culture is still here. And there's always like a chance to learn about it too. And most Indigenous people are very open to helping people learn. But at the same time, we're kind of waiting for the non-Indigenous communities to take initiative to go out there and learn themselves as well, because it's not up to us to you know, fix everything.
Jade, where do people find you on social media?
I love Instagram. That's usually where I am. Instagram and TikTok. TikTok is like a break. It's not so much music. It's a lot of fun stuff in there. But my TikTok it's Jade's TikTok. And then my Instagram is Jade Turner Music.
Awesome. Jade, thank you very much for spending some time with us talking about your culture and talking about your music. All the best to you.
Thank you so much for having me. I was really glad to have this conversation with you.
Thanks for listening to Inside Today's Country with Tim Black. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been a TimBlackOnAir.com production.